Hi, my name is Paul Glover, the Workquake Coach. I'm also the author of The Workquake, Making the Seismic Shift to a Knowledge Economy. In addition to writing books, I also send out an original point of the day to my client base. This is something that occurs to me after my first cup of coffee at 5 a.m. at Starbucks. Today's point of the day is, just because someone says it has to be that way, doesn't mean it actually has to be that way. The reality is, we all should be challenging the status quo. Why? Because we should all be involved in continuous operational improvement. The opportunity to examine the process, the systems by which we get work done, and making a determination as to whether or not it's the best way to get the work done. By the way, just because we examine the status quo doesn't mean we have to change it. Sometimes that's the way we do it is the best way to do it. And after you've made that examination and come to that determination, then accept the fact that even though you may not agree with it, it's still the best way to get the job done. I also find it interesting that those people who so ardently defend the status quo to the point where their answer is not that it's the most effective or most efficient way, but that it's the way we've always done it, have forgotten that at some point in time, the status quo was the change. That it was implemented because the existing status quo was not the most effective or efficient way to get the job done. And that a new method, a new process, a new system was implemented that has since become the status quo. I always suggest to people that want to have the most value to their organization need to be who I call the why person. The person that does ask, why do we do it that way? Once you've gotten the answer, there's a determination as to whether or not the status quo remains or the status quo should be changed. In any event, challenging the status quo has got to be accepted as acceptable, appropriate behavior by leaders and the organizations. Otherwise, inefficiencies, ineffectiveness, low performance will continue to be a hallmark of that organization. And by the way, that organization will not thrive in the workquake of the knowledge economy. Thanks, and there'll be another thought of the day coming to you tomorrow, but only if you subscribe. And you can do that by contacting me at paulglover@trainingeverydayleaders.com. Thank you, and I hope to see you tomorrow.